So friends, now we will see a serial communication in between the PLC and the VFD. So I will show you how I'm going to change the value in these two registers and the motor will operate in a different functions. So first, right now you can see the frequency is on the 0.0 is set. So I will change the frequency first. Okay. So right now I will set the frequency at the 10 Hz, and with the serial communication I will make this drive run. You can see motor is running right now, okay, at the 10 Hz frequency. By changing from the keyboard I can increase the frequency also, or on the spot I can stop the drive. Okay, so this is I'm doing by using a serial communication between the PLC and the VFD. So now I will going to show you how to do the program, which are the registers we are going to use in the VFD and the PLC to do this communication. Okay, so guys, let's start. So to start the communication, we need one first register that says about the communication protocol. What is the communication protocol that I already explained in a previous video. So please visit that, and the link of that video I will going to put in a description. So I will tell you which register is that. So that is a D1120 register for the communication protocol. This register address is for the PLC and it described here. So how we are going to put the bit by bit information to tell the what kind of communication we are going to do. So let me start from the D0. So as earlier I told that there is a 7-bit and 8-bit data, a main data. Okay, so here in a D0 we will tell that we are going to use a 8-bit or a 7-bit data. Okay, so 0 and 1. This bit D2 and D1 with the combine, we will tell that which type of parity we are going to use: even parity, odd parity, or non-parity. Okay, so 00, 01 and 11 will tell a parity bit. D3 will tell how many bits we are going to use to stop for the stop bits. So for the 0 is 1 bit and 1 for the 2 bit. Okay, this all in the detail I explained in earlier videos, so don't worry about it, just watch previous video. Okay, now remaining 4 will say about the baud rate. Baud rate is the bits per second that we want to transmit or receive by the communication. Okay, so these 4 bits will tell the baud rate information. And what are these? This 4 bit, it's written in hexacode, and this is the baud rate. This means a 110 bps, 150 bps, 300 bps. In the maximum PLC or in high speed communication, we like to use these baud rates. Okay, but in the today's communication we will use 9600 bps baud rate. So for this, a binary code is 10000 and hexacode is 8. Okay, so this baud rate we are going to use. But why we are setting this one, on what basis? So when we are doing a communication between the two devices, both having a same data, same baud rate, okay, then a same stop bits, a same parity bit setting, and same data bit setting, is like a language. Two people are talking in English will make a good communication, but one person is not able to understand or speak English, that means there is no communication between it. Okay, so for that purpose, both the device having a same setting. So I'm selecting here why? Because I already did setting in my VFD. Okay, so how I did that? So in the VFD there is a parameters for the communication. Group 9 is the communication parameters. Okay, so I will tell you this. For the communication address, I'm going to put my VFD at the first place, so the address will be a 1. Okay, I can connect 254 VFDs or other peripherals to the VFD. Okay, and addresses will be given by one. Okay, serial wise 1 to 254. Transmission speed, that is a baud rate. I told you I'm selecting this 9600. Why? Because in the VFD it's in the factory setting 9600. Okay, if I'm going to make a change here, that means parameter setting, I'm going to change it here. I must change here also. I must have to change here also this hexa code. Okay, but I'm going to use a factory setting only right now for the explanation purpose. So factory setting is 9600. Next is a transmission fault treatment. So it's by default is a no warning, keep operating. Means if my communication will get break, VFD will run and keep as it is the operation and will not give you any warning about it. If you want to set other setting, you can do that. Okay, and that will warn you also that communication break, but right now I'm not going to do that. Next parameter is timeout detection, that is a disable. And next and the last is the communication protocol. This is also I explained you in the detail in the previous video. So here is a factory setting that say 7 and 2. Okay, why 7 and 2? What is this? What is the similarity between this and this? So I will show you here. You can see this 7 is here a data bit 7 and is a non parity, so non parity, and number 2 is a 2 stop bits. So here I'm going to select 1, 0, 0 and 0, that means 8 hexa bit. Okay, so what I will transfer into this register is 8 and 8 in a hexa code. Okay, so that will make my communication between the VFD and PLC. But one more thing, one more bit we want, that bit is M1143. So this is the M1143 bit. For the COM port 2 RS485 ASCII RTU मोड, तो ये जो है दो कम्युनिकेशन मोड्स है, ASCII फॉर्मेट एंड RTU फॉर्मेट. तो हम किस मोड में कम्युनिकेशन करेंगे, तो इसके लिए ये बिट है जिसमें अगर आप 0 रखते हैं तो ASCII मोड रहेगा, 1 है तो RTU मोड रहेगा. तो उसके इसलिए हम ASCII कोड रखेंगे, तो हमें ये बिट को रिसेट करना पड़ेगा, हर बार 0 होना चाहिए. ओके, सो ये दो चीज़ है प्राइमरी कम्युनिकेशन VFD और PLC के बीच में करने के लिए. ठीक है, तो उसे हम प्रोग्राम में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. सो मैं जब भी PLC स्टार्ट करूं तब मेरा कम्युनिकेशन हो जाना चाहिए. तो हम जब भी PLC स्टार्ट करते हैं तब एक बीट जो है वो ऑन होके ऑफ होता है. ओके, वो कौन सा बीट है? वो है M1002. ओके, सिंगल पॉजिटिव पल्स व्हेन वी स्टार्ट और व्हेन वी रन द PLC. ओके, और क्या करना है, हमें रजिस्टर में मूव करना है. मूव किस रजिस्टर में? D1120. कौन सा डेटा हमें मूव करना है? H88 D1120 में हम मूव करेंगे. ओके, यस. अच्छा, वो दैट एरर इज शोइंग बीट M1143 that we want for the communication purpose. Why? Because for the COM2, this COM2 is for my PLC. RS485, ASCII and RTU mode are there. Okay, so we must select one of it. If bit is 0, then ASCII, or 1, then the RTU. But we want to make a communication with the ASCII mode. Okay, so we will reset this bit when we do the communication. Okay, so let's see. When my PLC is in running mode, when I will start in a running mode, I want my communication complete in between the PLC and VFD. Okay, so we have a one memory bit that says that PLC is in the running mode, and it will give you a one pulse positive. Okay, so that is a one memory bit load M1002. Okay, so if you will put your mouse there, it will say the run inactive. Okay, next we have to move that hexa code H88 into the D register 1120. Okay, so move H88 into register D1120. Is I have to select the ASCII mode or RTU mode. Okay, so I will select ASCII mode. So for that one, reset RST bit 1143. Okay, and that is also I want when I'm going to start my run bit. So connecting. Till here we did the setting for the communication. Now our next step is to send a command of the frequency or operation, but VFD will accept the command only if we will send the request for it first. One request says that I want to send a command frequency or the operation. Okay, so first we have to send a request for it, and to send the request we have a one memory bit 1122. Okay, so that memory bit says for the communication to sending request, every time we are sending a command for the frequency or operation, we have to send this request all time. Okay, so right now I'm not going to put any input, I will just set this bit. Okay, set 1143. Oh, sorry, memory bit 1143. Okay, okay. Now I'm not setting this input because I will explain you later why I'm not right now. So we send a request to the VFD that I want to communicate with it, but how? So there is a mode write command. Okay, mode write command. Now what is this? So I will explain in the syntax. So what is this? For the mode bus data communication, I want to write something, means I'm sending a frequency, which frequency or any command, that means I'm writing on the VFD. So this is for the writing a Modbus data. This is the syntax S1, S2 and N. So S1 is external device address. So for the PLC, a VFD is external device. As I told you earlier, we can attach 254 devices with the PLC on same communication cable. Okay, but we have to assign an address of it. So here it is. So I'm going to write 1 K1. Why? Because we select in the VFD parameter address 1, that's why. So S1 is the K1. S2 is the external device register where we are going to write for this one, means whatever we are going to give a data where the VFD will write or store. Okay, so that is the memory bit for the VFD. N is the number of value to write, when it's a data what we want to write on it. So and we are going to assign any D register. So let me write here, S1 is the K device address, S2 is a D, what we will use a 2000. Why? I will tell you. D, here I am going to write any register we can select. Okay, so this is not any fixed value for this D. So here, sorry, this is the H, not the D, because this is the external device address. Okay, H 2000. Okay, so this H 2000 is the address will accept by VFD for the operation command. What is the operation command? Means stop, start, jog, acceleration, deacceleration, forward, reverse. Those are the operation commands. So whenever we give this command, those command will be stored in H2000 memory in the VFD. This is not for the PLC, this is for the VFD or any external device. Okay, so this one operation is one command is of the operation. Second, we have to give a frequency also, that on which frequency this run the motor, to run the motor. Okay, so that is also a command and we have to write in the VFD. Okay, so again we will use this mode write. Okay, address will be same, just a memory bit will be 2001 for the frequency command, and D is any D register we can select, but not the same as D10. Why? D10 we already give for the operation command, this is for the frequency command. Enter. Okay, this is our half program done, and now I will compile this and explain you, means we will run the program. Okay, so end the program, compiler, instructions. Oh, we forget to put the inputs. Now we will put the input. So for this half program, what we will do right now, we will take a this bit which gives a 100 millisecond pulse every time. Okay, so that is one memory bit for the PLC. To give a clock pulse to our command instruction, I created a counter sequence here. Okay, so step by step, counter by counter, it will give a clock pulse to our writing instruction, that is a command instruction. Okay, so what is that? I use one clock pulse of 100 millisecond, that is our memory bit is 1012M. Okay, is given to the counter, and counter will count up to the 3. So at each counter, counter bit, I put the comparison instruction with the C0 and number 1, C0 and number 2, and C0 and number 3. So it will make equal. If the counter pulses are 1, then we'll activate M0. If the pulses are 2, then we'll activate M1, and if 3, then it will reset our counter. Okay, so this memory bit I am going to put to give instructions for this command D instruction. Okay, so for M0 we'll activate our operation command, and M1 is given to our frequency command. And the same as I told you, if I am giving any command, at the same time you have to give a request to the external device, that is sending request. Okay, so both the bit I gave a positive edge here and given to the set instruction. Okay, so let me download this one. And now I put it on run my PLC. So now you can see our counter sequence is generating a pulses for our instruction. Okay, here the counter is running, and each this pulse is sending a request also. Okay, so let right now the frequency is at a 0. And now first put the frequency. So for to sending a frequency, we have to send a number with the multiplied by 100. So if I want 10 frequency, I will send a 1000. Okay, so 1000 is F10. You can see, so I set the frequency F10, and now we have to give a command also for the stop and run. Okay, so here I will send this is the instruction for the D1 and D2. For the mode write for H2000, we have to send 01 and 10 for stop and start, and third is a jog. So a remaining bit we will put 0. So here I will write K2 to start the motor. Okay, so we will start the motor. You can see the motor is running on frequency 10 Hz. I can change the frequency directly here. I just have to select the device name different, this one D11, because we are dealing D11 for the frequency and D10 for the command start and stop. So D11 I will set the frequency 20 Hz. See, 20 Hz. So right now the motor is running on 20 Hz frequency. I can stop directly from here, D10, K1 is stop. Now we can do the forward and reverse instruction also. See, these 2 bits are used for the forward, reverse, and change the direction. So if this is the forward start and reverse start, so we must have to give a start bit with this one. So I am not going to use a K, I will use a hexacode. Okay, we can use a binary also. Okay, but I am going to use a hexacode. So in the hexacode, this 4 bit for the forward is a 01, means 1. Okay, and for this 4 bit is start bit is a 2. Okay, so in the forward direction, and for the reverse direction is number 2 and 2 in hexacode. Okay, so let me do first forward direction. So for the forward direction is in hexacode H12. So right now it's running on a 20 Hz frequency in the forward direction. Even you can see from the VFD is run LED is glowing and forward LED is glowing. Okay, now directly we can turn in a reverse, number 2. So it will stop at the 0 and now is rotating in a reverse direction, and the LED you can see is shifted here to the reverse, run and reverse. Okay, so this is we are doing with the serial communication. Now in the next step, let me stop this one first. To stop, I can write K1 directly here. Okay, now we are here just sending a command and a frequency, but we have to read also from the VFD what data. Example is we are sending a frequency 20 Hz, but on which frequency right now motor is running, that feedback also we have to take. Okay, so now we will extend this program for the further. So I will stop right now this PLC, and to read from the PLC VFD, we have a command which is called mode read. I will extend this. So this is the syntax of a mode read. S1, S2 and N, it look like the mode write. Okay, but little bit of difference. S1 is the same external device, we will going to put K1. Register, here to read the VFD, a register is different. Okay, what we want to read the frequency. So for the frequency we have a different register to read. Okay, that I will show you here. See this one. 2102 a frequency command. So we give a frequency command that we will read from a VFD, and this is the output frequency on which frequency the motor is running right now. Then turn on this register, but this register is VFD's register, not the PLC. Okay, so we have to read external memory. Okay, so let me start the program. S1 is a K, our address is 1. S2 is H, external memory, which is 2102. Okay, and N, here N is registers. We are going to use 2 registers. Okay, so I will going to put K2 here. Okay, and okay, this is the instruction to read a commanded frequency. Now we have to write another instruction to read actual frequency. Okay, running frequency. So mode RD K1 H 2103 K2. Okay, 03 is for this one, output frequency. Okay, so this is done, and we have to give a clock pulse also here. So what I'm going to do is I will create one more counter sequence here. Okay, see to generate M2 and M3, that both be I'm going to give you to the input of this board, because to read the external memory we need longer clock pulse. Okay, so I will give a 200 millisecond clock pulse to the read instruction. Okay, so that I'm going to change it here. Now this read instruction is complete. As I told you, I will go to give you give a longer clock pulse to read command. So what I did, M2 and M3, that is 100 millisecond and 100 millisecond, I gave it to here. Okay, so now this data is read from the VFD, but PLC first store in one of the register into its own in the PLC. Okay, so we have to grab the data from that register. So that register is nothing but here. If the VFD address is 2102, that data will be stored in D1051, and VFD address is 2103 is stored in a D1052. Okay, this information is given into the VFD PDF manual. Okay, and the data is stored here will be in the multiplied by 100 format. So we have to divide that by 100. As the same, when we give a frequency command, we are multiplying it with the 100. Here, when we are retrieving data, we have to divide it by 100. So that divide instruction I am writing here, and here we can give any input, because we are not these two instructions will not take part in a serial communication, so no problem. We will give one continuous pulse here, that is when we start the PLC, at that time it's continuously on. Okay, so here 1000 we will use memory bit LDM 1000. Okay, for the both. So now we will run this program and see what happens. Okay, we have to put one more pulse here. Why? Because here we also do serial communication, reading the data. Okay, so that is also a one command for the serial communication. So these two pulse also we have to give for the sending a request. So so here you can see I just make a little change. Here I use a D0 and D1. There is no any problem with that. Okay, so right now our communication is running, PLC is running. Send a frequency command by the K. I will tell you this first. This D0 will give you a frequency command, how much the frequency, and this will denote the output frequency. Okay, so let me give a frequency command, a K 1000. Okay, so you will see here, as soon as this frequency will change by 10, and this will also get changed by 10. Okay, enter. See, this is the out, not the, this is the commanded frequency, and here you can see a command frequency. I will give a run command. So when I will give a run command to this one, this will change, and output frequency here you can see H, this will also change and will show you actual output frequency. This K1, sorry, K2 for the start. See, this changed, and this one also changed to till 10. I will change here frequency, make a 20 Hertz frequency. So you will see a change in both commanded frequency and output operating frequency. See, commanded frequency change sudden, and this one is step by step. So how's the VFD is performing, giving output frequency. Okay, so this is the 20 frequency. So likewise, guys, we can take feedback or read the data from the VFD also. Okay, so next video I'm going to put the serial communication between PLC, VFD and HMI. We will perform the same program on the HMI, through the HMI. So watch my next video also. Thank you very much.